Hello students, this is Shobhik, your instructor. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In my last video, we have talked about feedback, types of feedbacks and its advantages and something like that. We thoroughly discussed about some topics on feedback. Now in this video, we are going to learn barriers of communication. Okay, so let's start then. What is a barrier for communication? We need to know that the literal meaning of the word barrier is obstacle or hurdle. That we all know, right? Barrier is obstacle or hurdle. There are many barriers. There are many barriers to effective communication, and these may occur at any stage of the communication process. Barriers may lead to the message becoming distorted and cause confusion and misunderstanding. Like you are communicating with someone and there is a certain barrier, what it may be. uh, that barrier actually uh, creating obstacles uh, for you and the person with whom you are talking to for an effective communication. In that way, for these barriers, I will talk about that. There are several types of barriers. So for that, these barriers actually creates misunderstanding and confusion between individuals. Okay, so this is barrier of communication. Let's find out types of barriers and various barriers to communication. First one is wrong format, technical breakdown, receiver unable to understand, attitude towards the sender, wrong channel, no feedback, poor timing, use of jargon, unclear message, and lastly wrong target. These are some types of barriers. Okay, now in here you can see semantic barriers. So what is semantic barriers? Semantic barriers, a language is the most commonly employed tool for communication. Semantic refer to specific meaning of words. Okay, the same words and symbols may carry different meanings for different people. Difficulties in communication arise when the sender and the receiver of a message use words or symbol differently. Like uh, uh, it is very evident that there are certain emotions based on certain words. We use some words uh, in Bengali, and if we translate that exact word into another language, Hindi or English, it can sound different. It can sound different because a language is basically based on some emotions. So you cannot just translate one language to another without knowing the emotions, without knowing the throw of the language, the flow of the language. This is difficult, and this particular thing makes a barrier between communication. Like you are talking to a person in English, and that person probably not much have not much knowledge about English, and that person will probably think that you are saying something good or something bad, but that person will not uh, entirely know what you are thinking, or what you are saying, what you are trying to say. That is a semantic barrier. You are using a word or a foreign language that is not known to the person with whom you are talking to, you are making communication. In that cases, semantic barriers happens. Okay, Next one is emotional or psychological barriers. The emotional attitude of the sender and receiver can obstruct the free flow of transmission and understanding the message. Like, you are very happy right now and you get a message, then you interpret the message in one way, and the other day you are angry with something and you get the same message, then you will interpret the same message differently. Why? It based upon our emotional state. Okay, whether you are angry or stressed or happy, sad, we basically subconsciously we affect our communication for the emotional state of our mind. That is called emotional and psychological barriers. Okay, next one is personal barrier. Personal barriers include one's feeling for someone, trust or mistrust. It's like you like a person very much, and whatever that person says, you like the person. So whatever the person says, you take it very sportingly. Like, it happens within our friends, right? Our friend can uh, tell us if anything they want. They call us anything, we don't mind. Rather, we enjoy that thing. But if the same name, uh, that friend, your friend actually calling you, the same name uh, some other person uses to call you, probably you will get angry with that person, because that other person is not your friend. So it is based on your feelings for a certain person, whether it is a trust, mistrust, you liking or disliking. You don't just you become biased for a certain person, and that creates personal barriers. Okay, next one is gender barrier. Okay, a major barrier to communication is gender barrier. Societal stereotypes assume gender roles, and interpersonal differences can lead to a communication gap between the genders. Like, gender barrier means it actually happens very often in our society. We can see that our society sometimes we get to hear these things from our society, that a girl must be remain in her house late at night. A girl cannot uh, drive a car better than a man. These stereotype mentalities creates gender barrier. Like, there are some men out there, and they think that they are superior to women, and that is why whenever a girl tries to convey something to them, they take it very easily. They don't even care what the what the lady is saying, and that creates gender barrier. Okay, on the basis of a gender, you are ignoring a person. Okay, now next one is visual perception. Visual perception is a process interpreting, selecting and organizing of information presented visually. Okay, now it plays a vital role in communication. It is only able it it is one's ability to make sense of images, symbols, maps, graphs, etc. Like, uh, it is not uncommon that the same directions to one's friend's house appear clear and easy to one's person, but complicated and confusing to another. Like, you have a friend, and that friend drew a picture, a beautiful picture, and you can interpret that picture because you know your friend. But that cannot happen to some other person. Like you don't know that person randomly, and their drawing cannot be interpreted by you easily because you don't know that person, but you know your friend, and that is why you can easily uh, understand what your friend actually trying to do. Hmm. That is a visual perception over communication, and that creates, sometimes that creates barriers. Okay, like as I said, uh, if you know that person, if you know that person's character, behavior, then you can easily interpret their messages. Okay, next one is environmental or physical barrier. Environmental physical barrier is very common. Noise or disturbance. Obviously I am talking to you, and my dog is barking uh, near me, so it creates a noise, a disturbance, physical disturbance. Faulty equipments. I am using a faulty laptop for creating this video. That will create a barrier. Okay, that will not record my video well. So yeah, physical distance between the sender and the receiver. Okay, now physical distance means long distance. It will get the message actually tends to get distorted because of the distance between the receiver and the sender. Okay, and last one is closed cabin, closed rooms. If you are shouting to your mom from your closed room, it is pointless, right? Your mom cannot hear you because your doors are shut. So that creates, but you are still thinking that your mom might have been able to hear you. No, it is not actually. So it creates a barrier. Okay, environmental and physical barrier. Next one is cultural barrier. Each culture has its own unique set of norms for dressing, food habits, behaviors. Okay, now in this type of barrier, what we do, uh, on the basis of one's culture, food habit, and dressing, we judge people, right? We judge people that he is in dirty clothes, so he might not be the literate one. So this is a barrier, cultural barrier. Maybe maybe that person came from somewhere, a place, the place was dirty, not the person's. That is why uh, the person's dress became dirty. Okay, now we do judge people on the basis of their culture, and that creates a huge barrier among us. That is cultural barriers. Okay, psychological barriers may be created by certain disabilities such as speech disorders, hearing problems. Okay, now psychological barrier based on some physical problems of an individual. Okay, now a person has a problem, or a hearing problem, or that person has dyslexia. These types of disease problems creates psychological barriers. Okay, organizational structure barriers. Next one, organizational structure barriers. So these are strings of misinformation or simply lack of transparency for employees in an organization. Like if you are working in an organization, you do not trust to any of your colleagues or your fellow workers. So and you, that is why you cannot share something important to them. That creates a barrier. That why? Because the environment of that organization is not good. The work environment, the work culture is not good, and that creates organizational structure barrier. There is a structural fault. in that organization that creates barrier. Okay. Okay. Now next point is measures to overcome barriers in communication. Let's find out what are those measures. First one is having clarity of thought and understanding the need of one's audience is a first step towards removing barriers. You get to know your audience. You need to know your audience before you speak. What you are saying, to whom, that is important. That is the first step for removing barriers. One needs to arrange one's thought in a proper order and be aware of objective of his or her communication. Before you speak, you must have a plan or thought in a proper order. Okay, in that way you can communicate with a person in a better way. Being sensitive towards the emotional state, needs and culture of one's audience empowers one to be a better communicator. You need to be emotional towards the person's emotional state, his or her needs, and his or her cultural background before you speak. Okay, in that way you can communicate with them better. It is impertinent to use too much jargon or complicated sentence. Like you are talking to a kid. Now if you use long sentences and tough words, it will be very hard for the kid to understand what you are saying. So it is not necessary to use jargons and complicated sentences. You can keep your sentence very clear, short and simple. Okay, one should avoid information overload. Like I am creating a video of 20 minutes or 15 minutes, that is fine. If I start to create videos more than 1 hour, it will be an information overload for you. Okay, now it should not be happen. So this is it. Next one is while communicating with the same audience, again one should take the advice of one's senior or peer on how to communicate effectively with the audience. Yes, before communicating with an audience, you should take advice from your seniors or peers. That is how it works. Like, right, it is actually the feedback from their perspective, from their experiences. They got the feedback, and now you want their feedback, their experience, for you to communicate better with the audience again. Okay, now next point is one of the most important things that must be taken care of while speaking is one's tone, that determines the way on speaking. Yes, when we speak, we really need to check our tone. That is very important. Next one is all of us must have noticed at some point of time how teachers keep asking the same question in a class, like, have you understood this concept? Is it clear to everyone? By reiterating these questions, teachers are encouraging feedback from students to remove any barriers to communication. I don't think I really need to explain this point. You all know how we teachers do communicate with you, how we teachers try to encourage you in the classes we take. So next point, follow up and review of the given instructions are always promoting communication. And last one is active listening is the easiest and perhaps the most effective means of removing the barriers to communication. It is very important to listen first, then react. You should listen the person trying to convey you something. You should listen to him first, then you can react, you can give him an answer. That is how you can remove the barriers of communication. Okay, this is very important. So this is it. Just do this as homework, fill in the blanks, and this one, what are emotional barriers to communication. Okay, in the next video we will talk about principle of effective communication. uh, this is all for this video. uh, yeah, okay, then if you have any doubt, you can tell me in the comment section. You can comment it out below, you can call me. Okay, so this is it. Take care, bye bye.